Well, they say when you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. So
Amen.
there was another big crash at the Tour de France because another moron did something stupid and knocked a bunch of riders down. A spectator was taking a selfie. They caused a crash of about 20 riders on stage 15. So Sepp Kuss had his handlebars knocked out because the fans sitting there taking a selfie like in there, but they're holding their phone out like
Oh,
into where the bikes all ride by and everything.
oh my word.
So she hits this dude's handlebars. He falls down. Then Cuss knocks his teammate down. Then his teammate knocks like 15, 20 more people down. And there's a huge pile on. But it just seems like nobody's learned. There was a similar incident in 2021 when a woman was holding a sign. You remember that?
I do.
She got in a bunch of trouble.
Do.
She had to turn herself into the police and everything because 2 riders had to pull out. 8 people got injured. They didn't really say anybody
seriously
was injured this time. Yeah, but people got hurt. And these people are so stupid, dude. Like, you're talking about, like, they're riding bikes, but they're, like, the best at riding bikes, dude. So they're going to be flying by you. It doesn't, like, you watch it on TV, it doesn't look like they're moving their legs that fast. They're not moving any fast. But then when you see them, like, go by, dude, they're all flying. So just holding your phone out and hitting, that's, like, a pretty big collision. And if you watch like the footage of it and everything, it's a pretty nasty like pile up.
Dude, I mean, have you guys ever been to the bike race in Maniac and seen a crash?
That's what I was about to say.
I was about to say, wild.
Horrific.
The bike race has changed a lot, right? But the early years, so you were still in high school, Matt. 03. I was 19 and just moved into Mania, just out of high school. The first time I hear the bike race, and I thought it was motorcycles, I was like, oh, they race motorcycles in Philly? And the bull was like, no, they're like pedal bicycles. And I was like, sounds gay. And the guy was like, oh, he was a senior at St. Joe's Prep that lived right on the same block. He was like, oh, no. All right, young bull, you're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then because back then that's when they just had open houses. People just we had cops playing beer pong with us. This is 03, right? 03, 04. I still, many of times, and all the idiots that I lived with, like Brandon Hill, me, Todd Schatz, a couple other guys, blah, blah, get wasted and would run across the street to like see other people. And when those bikes came down the hill, because we were right on Manioc Avenue, so they're coming down and you're on the cooking. You know what I mean? There was nothing holding everyone back, and everyone is blacked out drunk back then.
You started.
This is before the bike race got. Nowadays it's so much different. It got way softer. But like in the early 2000s, dog, I was still so confused how no one accidentally stepped in front of one of these guys and got smoked. Because there was plenty of times where a cop would blow the whistle. They got them loud whistles. And I look over and he's like telling me, like, get off the road. And I'm like, why are you yelling? The second I step back, it's like, zing, 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 zing. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, dude. My bad.
Especially when they come around the corner and they are cooking.
Cooking.
Go ahead,
dude,
Liam.
I imagine that's why it got softer, though. At some point, somebody had to have got just dusted or like a very, very, very close call.
Lawlessness.
You know what I mean?
Also, there's cars. People don't realize there's cars with backup bikes on it and like
and
repair
tires,
stuff. Yeah.
Tools.
It's like a traveling pit crew. Yeah.
And they're whipping.
Dude, it is,
I think,
madness. The Maniac turns into an island during the bike race. Go ahead, Bern.
The killer was like maybe 2009 or 2010. It bumped to every other year, and that kind of sucked the tradition out of it a little bit.
I agree.
Like, I forget the reason why, but at some point it was, they decided to do it every other year.
Maybe because that town turned into a lawless nation, Bern. It was insanity.
I was living there.
I ride the wall.
Yeah, I lived there in 04, 05, 06, and then
I was 03,
again
04,
later
05.
on. So
I was 03, 04, 05 in the beginning. Yeah.
It was the best.
Wild.
So crazy.
Cops playing beer pong with us. They were like, yeah, let me take a shot. And PPD sitting there like shooting it. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Everyone was down. Everyone was down to have a good time.
You could just walk into random people's houses and grab a beer. No one yelled at you. It was so awesome.
Bern, didn't you do the midnight run the one year too?
Where they raced the things down?
Was it Leverington?
Yeah.
Leverington.
That's the hill, right?
Yeah,
where the wall. I mean the wall.
You're saying the wall, right?
Yeah, that's Leverington, right?
Lyceum,
maybe.
It might be levering.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We all know what we're talking about. Anyway, yeah.
One of the giant hills.
Yeah.
My buddies who were in probably 05, right after college, they got a house right on the hill. And so we went down there on the wall, which is so awesome. And but I mean, there was a guy who he lit a mattress on fire and rode it down in a shopping cart. Like he stuffed a flaming
down the wall
underneath the shopping cart down the wall. And like I don't know what happened to him. I didn't see him at the
Well, he's not alive anymore.
At a certain point, they go over the hill, and you're like, well, Godspeed, sir. But
wasn't there a fence they took out too?
Yeah, that was the night before, and so it was like amateur hour. It was like everybody would just take stuff and just race it down the wall.
Going down on couches and shit.
Yeah, insanity, man. Yeah. Absolute insanity.
My giant issue was I used to call it the giant queer day of the year for anybody that rode a bicycle, because every dipshit that rides a bike to like have fun wore their little outfit and walk their bike through the crowd. It's shoulder to shoulder because everyone's partying. And you have to, I'm sorry, you're in the outfit and you got the $1,000 bike. Why are you walking next to me? Put that thing back in the house and watch the professionals. Oh, because you stink. Take off the outfit, get rid of your bike. There's 5 million people, and I can't get by because you have a bike and some leotard on with your teardrop helmet. He's not even riding the bike. He has the teardrop helmet. I'm like, dog, what is happening?
His shoes are like click clacking as he's walking by. You're like, all right, guy, come on.
Why do they all do that? Everyone has to put on the uniform.
Bike. Oh, we get it. Yeah.
He's got like legit sponsors on it. It says like Home Depot. I'm like, dog, you're not sponsored by Home Depot. Take that shirt off. What does it matter?
What do you think? You're gonna hop the fence and they're just gonna let you in? Yeah, like
just
come
jump in.
Bro.
Yo, how did we never think of that? I would have what if I jumped in with like a GT Interceptor BMX bike with the outfit on and just started riding?
Yeah, you got a mongoose villain out there. Yeah.
Here's my red line 340.
I got pegs on the back, mats on the back.
Yeah. I'm sure
donuts, chromies, the whole.
Stop! Stop!
The best.
Screw that girl that got in the way. For the bull, you morons. You just said, not to go past it, not to extend it, but these guys are flying. Like there's real injuries that happen when you get in the way for your selfie. You should be able to kick that person in the teeth for doing that.
It's
agreed.
It's also the most prestigious bike race in the world. So anybody who does that has spent their entire life training to hopefully make it to that race, to hopefully excel and do so. It's literally
to even qualify
to the top of the mountain. Yeah.
To even qualify for like, there's like an amateur level of the Tour de France.
Yeah.
To even qualify for that, you have to be like the top 200 cyclists in the world.
Right. It's unbelievable. 50 gets to go. Like,
and then some lady. Unreal. The Tour de France.
Did it say? I probably didn't say this, Liam, but I would wonder, did it say what place the people were in that she took out or the guy took out in person? I wonder if there was like the lead pack, like with the yellow jersey on.
If they were, dude.
So one of the guys that got knocked down actually won the Tour in 2019. So he was a real contender.
Yeah, legit.
It just, it's just
probably wasn't at the back of the pack.
No, was definitely not the back of the pack.
I just couldn't imagine like the rage you would feel. Like they train all year round.
Their whole life.
Yeah, you get knocked down, you're getting up, and you just look up and like some dopey broad is like, oops. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, dude.
Also, do you know how expensive that bike probably legit is more than their car? Oh, way more than that.
20 grand. Yeah.
The frame's 15 grand before you even touch anything to it.
Oh, dude. Like those things are so dude, like $30,000 for some of those things. Like they're nuts.
And it's not like you can bail on it because like your feet are strapped in. There's no bailing. Like you just
and you're shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Like there's nowhere to go. You're unless you're way in the lead, you're usually rubbing elbows with the guys around you, man. It's a marathon, not a sprint, you know?
Yeah.
I don't mean to drag it out a little more, but I would have hoped that one of those cars would have just been like, if I would have saw that, I just want to like clip their legs a little bit, ran over like maybe thigh high, and the pit crew. I'm like, oh, you took my boy out. Let me run over your legs real quick. How does that go? Your selfie.
Yeah. I would love. Yeah, that person. I mean, they're just the worst. So.